Hello! Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Narito na naman tayo sa panibagong video ng ating tutorial. And for today's lesson, we're going to talk about probability mass function. Okay? Learning outcomes. At the end of this video, our students are expecting to calculate the probability of an event, describe the probability mass function or PMF, construct a probability mass function, and probability histogram. Twinkle, 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 little stars. Toot, 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 toot. Lahat ng nakita nating mga bituin ay may tuturing nating discrete. Kung hindi pa po natin alam yung term na ito, punta lang po tayo sa description box, then click lang po natin yung link para ma-determine natin kung ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng discrete. Ang nais ko lang po sabihin dito ay lahat ng mga example na makikita natin sa mga susunod na slides ay tungkol lamang po sa mga discrete random variables. That means, set aside muna natin yung mga continuous and assume na lahat ng ating mga ibibigay na scenario ay discrete. Probability is a measure quantifying the likelihood that events will occur. It is a number from 0 to 1, where 0 indicates impossibility and 1 indicates certainty. The higher the probability of an event, the more likely it will occur. Halimbawa guys, maglagay tayo ng kalsada dito. Tapos merong checkpoints dito sa bandang kaliwa, may checkpoint banda dito sa kanan. Kumbaga, yung isang tao na quarantine dito sa pagitan ng 0 and 1, bawal siyang lumabas sa kanan at bawal siyang lumabas dito sa bandang kaliwa. Kumbaga, dyan lang siya mabubuhay. From 0 to 1, yan yung kanyang playground. And obviously, sa kaliwa, sa gitna, nandiyan naman po yung ating 0.5, no? Yung kalahati po nila. Then, sabi lang sa definition dito, pag 0 impossible or 0 probability meaning 0% chance mangyari yung isang event. Then 1, that means 100% or sure, certain kang mangyayari yung isang event. And 50-50 naman, or 50% chance, 0.5, kapag pumali yung probability mo dito sa pinakagitna. Sabi po dito, mga classmates, the higher the probability of an event, the more likely it will occur. Ano ba ang pwede natin maging basehan para masabi nating mataas yung probability niya, no? Or ano pwede maging basehan para masabing mababa yung kanyang probability. Kapag ang probability mo ay nasa between 0 and 0.5, kumbaga masasabi nating more unlikely siya. Okay? Bihira or madalang maganap yung isang event na yon. Kapag ang probability mo naman ay nag-fall between 0.5 and 1, masasabi nating more likely yung ating event. Now, kapag dinenote mo ang iyong event as capital letter E, ang probability nito ay tatawagin mo naman or i-denote natin as P of E. Okay? P of E. In other case, kung ang event mo ay pinangalanan mong F, pwede mo naman gawing P of F ang probability. Kung G ang iyong nilet na event, you can use P of G. Okay? Depende sa variable na iyong gagamitin. Okay? So, in general, dito, if E is any event, then the probability of the event E is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 1. Ngayon guys, paano malalaman yung probability ng isang discrete random variable. So, meron po tayong inihain ditong theorem. So, papangalanan natin siyang theorem 1. Okay, ito pong theorem na to ang magiging gabay natin para makapaghanap po tayo ng probability. Sinasabi po dito, if an experiment can result in any one of capital N different outcome in a sample space S, and if exactly small n of these outcomes correspondent to event E, then the probability of event E is denoted as P of E. Then, to get its probability, kailangan mo lang ma-determine yung number of elements sa loob ng event, that is small n, at yung number of objects or elements sa loob ng sample space, which is si capital N. So, ilagay natin dito para hindi po tayo malito. Ito ay number of objects in E. Then, ito naman po, yung capital N, number of objects in sample space. Bago tayo magbigay ng mga examples to find the probability of discrete random variables, mag-introduce muna tayo ng some notations na kakailanganin natin. Kapag nakakita tayo ng capital X, ay that is the random variable. It tells us the actual outcome of an event. Then yung small x, yung anak niya, which is yung possible values or yung possible outcomes naman po. Okay? Pag nakakita naman po kayo ng symbol na P of capital X is equal to small x, ibig sabihin lang yan, kumukuha lang din po tayo ng probability. Okay? Na kung saan dumidepende po tayo dito sa possible value ng ating random variable. And kung hindi natin trip yung ganyang notation, wala naman pong kaso, pwede natin gamitin yung ganito naman, small p of x. Alin man sa dalawa ay pwede nating gamitin. Actually, alin man sa tatlo. Pwedeng ito, or pwede rin namang ito. Halimbawa mga kapatid ay tayo ay magbubunot ng Jolene, no, sa loob ng isang bag. Maraming iba't ibang kulay yung Jolene. So meron, sabihin natin may kulay blue, may kulay red. Pero meron tayong isang pakay lang na na kulay. Gusto natin siyang mabunot. Sabihin natin ang favorite color ko kasi halimbawa sky blue. So sky blue, yun yung ating interest. No, sky blue na Jolene. Sabihin niyan, magde-denote ka ng random variable, let's say capital X, na kung saan ang desire mo is number of sky blue marbles. Okay. That is your random variable. Then, magbigay tayo ng possible value, let's say 3. Okay. Ibig sabihin niyan, ay ang interest natin ay tatlong sky blue na marbles, no? Now, kung gusto natin kuhain yung probability, dapat alam natin yung notation na dapat nating isulat. Pwede nating isulat yung ganito. Capital P of capital X is equal to 3. Okay? Capital P of capital X is equal to 3. Sabihin niyan, ano yung probability na makakakuha ko ng exactly 3 marbles? Or, pwede rin naman nating isulat yung small p of 3. Paano naman kapag ang nasa utak mo ay ano ang probability na makakakuha ko ng at least 3 sky blue marbles? Pag sinabi mong at least, pwedeng exactly 3 or pwedeng higit sa 3. Katulad ni 4, ni 5, ni 6, onwards. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, kapag ang mindset mo ay probability na makakakuha ka ng at least 3, sabihin yan, dapat yung variable x mo ay mataas sa 3 or pwede rin namang equal sa 3. So, yun naman yung magiging notation natin. Kapag at most 3 ang ating gagawin, mababaliktad lang po yung essence ng inequality. So, magiging probability of capital X less than or equal to 3. Sinabi mong at most, ang maximum value is 3. Pwede ka mag-exactly equal sa 3 or pwedeng mas mababa sa 3. Same reasoning, naiba lang yung value ng possible outcome na si small x, sabihin natin 7. So, ang ano naman natin dito, ang interest naman natin ay 7 sky blue na marbles, no? 7. So, palitan lang natin yung small x, gagawin natin siyang 7. So, meron tayong probability of the random variable x which is equal to 7. Or we can use the symbol small p of 7. Okay guys, magbibigay na tayo ng example, no? Example 1, in tossing a coin 2 times, let capital X be a random variable of getting a head or heads. Find the probability of the following. A, exactly 1 head will occur. B, what is the probability of exactly 2 heads will occur? And C, no head will occur. Recall, ang sample space ng pag-toss ng coin 2 times ay HH, HT, TH, and double T. Then, sagutan na muna natin si letter A. Let E sub 1 be the event of exactly 1 head will occur. Ang sabi natin last time, kapag nakapag-set ka na ng random variable, kaya mo nang i-determine si event. Since meron na tayong random variable, tinawag natin siyang capital X, na kung saan number of heads ang ating desire, no? E sub 1, sabihin yan, first event, ito yung first event natin, exactly 1 head will occur. So, yung E sub 1 mo ay nagko-contain lamang ng HT and TH. Bakit yan lang? Kasi po, sa HT, isa lang ang head, sa TH, isa lang din po ang head. Yun po yung nais natin para po tumugma po siya dito sa hinahanap. Exactly 1 head will occur. Then, by theorem 1, this is our theorem 1, nasa taas po, no? P of E sub 1, since E sub 1 ang nilet mong event, papalitan mo lang yung E ng P sub 1. Then, ang sabi natin kanina, yung small n ay number of elements sa loob ng event. Since ito po ang ating event, okay, ilan po ang laman yan? Isa, dalawa, HT and TH. Kaya, yan po yung tumutukoy sa numerator na 2. Then, yung 4 naman po sa denominator, yan naman po yung number of objects sa loob ng sample space. Since ang sample space ay nagtataglay ng HH, HT, TH, and double T, meron tayong 4 na elements or objects. Kaya po, naging 4 yung kanyang denominator. So, ibig sabihin, ang probability po, by theorem 1, ang probability ng exactly 1 head will occur ay 2 over 4, or pwede mo namang isulat yan in lowest term 1/2, or pwede rin namang 0.5, or kung nasanay ka sa may percent sign, we can use this 50%. At yan ang magiging final answer para sa letter A. Next example natin mga classmate yung letter B. Exactly 2 heads will occur. Okay, kung exactly 2 heads will occur, sa ating sample space, isa lang ang makapagsasatisfy dyan, yung object na HH, no? Itong HH. Exactly 2 heads. Now, let E sub 2 be the event of exactly 2 head will occur. Obviously, yung laman ni E sub 2 ay HH. Okay? Siya lang yung nagtataglay dapat yan. Kasi, tignan nyo, di ba, sabi ko ang event ay part lamang po ng sample space. Kung titignan nyo yung itsura, let's say, ito yung ating sample space na si capital S. Merong ang HH, tapos, ito si HT, ito si TH, At ito naman yung double T. No? Yung event ay part lamang ng sample space. Yun lang naman po yung definition niya. Wala nang iba. Ito. HH. Tawagin natin yung E sub 2. That is E sub 2. Okay. Now, by theorem 1, sabi sa theorem 1, apply lang natin yun, yung P of E is equal to small n over capital N. Magiging P of E sub 2, since E sub 2 yung nilet nating event, then small n, 1 ang value dahil may isa lamang po tayong object sa loob ng E sub 2 at as is pa din po yung denominator 4 dahil 4 ang laman ng ating sample space. Therefore, the probability of exactly 2 head will occur kapag nag-toss ka ng coin 2 times is 25% or 1/4. Para naman sa letter C, E sub 3 be the event of no head will occur. This is our third event na nagtataglay ng double T. Bakit double T? Dahil walang head sa object na yan. Then, by theorem 1, P of E sub 3 is equal to 1/4. No? Same reasoning lang. 1 dahil isa lang ang laman ng event. T lang. Then, 4 as is, laman po ng sample space. Kumbaga sa Venn diagram, sample space, ganyan pa rin po siya. Then, ang ating lalagyan lang ng close region ay yung part na to. Tatawagin natin siyang E sub 3. Okay. And that will be our final answer. 1/4 or 25%. It is convenient to represent all the probabilities of a random variable x by notation we introduced earlier. Pwede natin isulat itong notation na to. Small p of x or yung capital P of capital X is small x, no? Alin man sa dalawang yan, pwede natin gamitin, gaya po na sabi natin kanina. Or, pwede rin naman gamitin yung notation na ganito, no? Yung P of E sub 2, tsaka yung P of E sub 3. Alin po dun sa tatlong yan. Pero pwede rin to, ha? Kulit kayo, no? Pwede rin yan. Since the possible values of tossing a coin 2 times by getting ahead are 0, 1, and 2, kumbaga, itong 0 na to, mga classmates, yan, itong 0 na yan, yun yung mga, yun yung nagre-represent ng TT. Tapos, itong 1, yan naman po yung nagre-represent para sa HT and TH. At ito namang 2. Ito po yung ating double H. This double H. Yan. Yan. Yung double T, yan po yung ating third event. So, ito yung ating magiging E sub 3. Okay. Yung HT and TH, yan naman po yung kanina na first event sa letter A, no? Yung exactly one head will occur. So ito naman po yung para sa E1 or E sub 1. Okay, that is E sub 1. Then yung double H, siya naman yung ating E sub 2. Okay? Kaya ito E sub 2. We can say P of x equals 0 is equal to 1/4 or small p of 0 is equal to 1/4. Bakit 1/4? Kasi itong 0 na to, siya yung nagre-represent ng E sub 3. Okay? Yung E sub 3 natin is 1/4. Then, p of x is equal to 1 is equal to 1/2 or small p of 1 is equal to 1/2. Bakit? Dahil yung ating E sub 1, ng probability nun, ng P of E sub 1, ay 1/2, HTTH. Then, last one, P of X equals to 1/4. Since, para sa 2, meron tayong E sub 2. Dito sa ating E sub 2, ang kanyang probability ay 1/4. That's why 1/4 po ito. Okay guys, may bago. Okay mga kapatid, may panibago tayong halimbawa. If a basketball team will play for 3 consecutive games, the sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of the events, di ba? If W stands for a win and L stands for a loss, ano kaya ang probability? Minsan mapapaisip ka, di ba? Ano ang probability na mananalo ako ng 3 beses na sunod? Or anong probability na 2 beses ako mananalo? Isang panalo or walang panalo, di ba? Parang ganun mapapaisip ka eh. Let X be a random variable whose values are the number of wins. Syempre, ang focus natin panalo, di ba? Alam nga naman ang mindset mo, hanapin mo yung talo. So, number of wins, yung random variable natin. Ngayon, ito yung kanya magiging tree diagram. Experiment natin is basketball games. Then, first trial, pwede kang manalo or pwede kang matalo. Second trial or second game, pwedeng panalo, pwedeng talo. And hanggang makarating ka ng third game. Then, makikita mo naman po, or makikita nyo naman po sa sample space, meron po tayong 8 sample points. Then, dito po sa ating column, para sa possible values, meron tayong 3. Bakit 3? Since number of wins ang ating random variable, www 2 1 2 again 1 1 tas 0. Now let E sub 1 be the event of exactly 3 wins. Okay? To get the probability of exactly 3 wins, we were going to apply the theorem 1. So, sinasabi doon, yung probability nun is just small n over capital N. Okay? Now, E sub 1 contains www. Okay? Then, by theorem 1, P of E sub 1 is just equal to 1 over 8. Okay? 1, since isa lang po ang laman ng ating event na E sub 1. Then, 8 po, since ang sample space natin ay may 8 objects or 8 sample points. Or, this is also equivalent to 12.5%. We can write this in this manner. P of X equals 3. Bakit 3? Since we have exactly 3 wins na kino-consider. Okay? Or, we can use small p of 3, which is also equal to 1 over 8. Then, we're done. Para naman po sa E sub 2, yun naman po yung tumutukoy sa exactly 2 wins. Now, exactly 2 wins, we have the event na kung saan ang laman ay WWL, exactly 2 wins, WLW, and LWW. This is typo, wala na dapat comma to. Then, applying theorem 1, we have P of E sub 2 is equal to 3 over 8, or 37.5%. We can also write this as P of X equals 2, which is equal to 3 over 8, or small p of 2 equals 3 over 8. For exactly 1 win, we have E sub 3. Exactly 1 win, ang laman niya ay WLL, LLW, and LWL. So, as is pa rin yung numerator from theorem 1, we have 3, and denominator will be 8. So, this is also 37.5%. P of X equals 1, since we are considering exactly 1 win. Or small p of 1 equals 3 over 8. And then lastly, let E sub 4 be the event of no win. So, kung walang panalo, definitely LLL sa 3 consecutive games, no? May 3 tayong lose. And yun po yung laman ng ating fourth event. Using Theorem 1, we have P of E sub 4 is equal to 1 over 8. And parehas lang po siya sa ating P of X is 3, which is 12.5%. And pwede natin siya isulat as P of X is 0, which is 1/8 since no win ang ating kinokonsidera. Or small p of 0 equals 1 over 8. And we're done. Next example, an experiment consists of a pair die in a single throw. Halimbawa, meron tayong die, then ito throw natin siya ng sabay sa isang beses lamang. Then find the probability of getting a sum of 3, sum of 9, and a sum of 3 to 6. Let us pretend na i-throw natin yung pair die natin ng sabay. Yung isang die, may outcome siya na halimbawa ay 5. Yung isa, ang outcome naman niya ay 2. Okay. Now, sulat natin siya in terms of ordered pair. Parang ordered pair siya. Ang sum nito ay 7 since 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay. Halimbawa naman, nag-throw ulit tayo ng panibago. Okay. Ang unang outcome ay 4. Tapos yung sumunod na outcome ay 3. Now, sulat natin siya in terms of ordered pair ulit. 4, 3. That means 4 plus 3, 7. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung isang ordered pair na to ay kumakatawan sa isang sample point. Now, the question is, ilang sample point ang pwede nating ma-generate sa ating sample space? Meron tayong 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, all the way up to 1, 6. Ang sasama pa sa ating sample space ay 2, 1, 2, 2, hanggang 2, 6, 3, 1, 3, 2, hanggang 3, 6. Uulitin lang natin yan hanggang makarating tayo sa 6, 6. Then, close lang natin sila sa braces and magpa-form na tayo ng ating sample space. All in all, kung babasahin po natin, kung bibilangin po natin lahat ng yan, meron tayong 36 sample points. Now, let X be a random variable whose values are the sum of each outcome. So, ito yung goal natin, sum of each outcome, variable X. Notice that the possible values of a random variable X are, kung titignan natin, sa pinakauna, meron tayong 1, 1. 1, 1. Ang sum nito ay 2. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, sa possible values natin, isa na po doon yung 2. Next, halimbawa ay kinuha natin itong part na to. Yan. 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. Pag kinuha mo yung sum ng bawat isa sa kanila, lahat sila ay 6. That means, ang 6 ay isa rin po sa ating possible values. Observe na pag tinignan natin yung last sample point, which is 6, 6, ang sum nito ay 12. Since 6, 6 is the last element, that means parang siya na yung magtataglay ng maximum na sum no? Which is 12. Sabihin, yung ating possible values ay naglalaro from 2 hanggang 12. Now, let E sub 1 be the event of getting a sum of 3. Alin sa mga sample points natin ang may sum na 3? Kumbaga yun yung ating goal ngayon. Ang E sub 1, ang kanyang objects or elements ay 1, 2, 2, 1. So, ito yung mga may sum na 3. So, dito natin siya matatagpuan. Okay. Then, by Theorem 1, we have P of E sub 1, which is equal to 2 over 36. We have 2 objects, 1, 2, and 2, 1. And then 36 sample points sa loob ng sample space. 2 over 36 is the probability, or 5.6%. We can write this as well as P of X is 3. 3 since ang goal natin ay sum of 3, which is 2 over 36. Now, let E sub 2 be the event of getting a sum of 9. Ano naman dito yung mga may sum na 9? Okay. So, check natin. Ito, no? 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, and 6, 3. So, ito yung mga may sum na 9. Okay. Sum of 9. Now, E sub 2, or the event na pangalawa natin, ay may laman na 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3. And by theorem 1, P of E sub 2 is 4 over 36 or 11.1%. Pwede rin natin siyang isulat as P of X is 9, sum of 9, which is 4 over 36. Let E sub 3 be the event of getting a sum of 3 to 6. Sabihin dito, kinukuha natin yung mga may sum na 3, 4, 5, hanggang 6. Okay. So, sa sample space, matatagpuan yung mga ganong elements. 1, 2, 2, 1, okay. 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, na kung saan may sum na 4. So, this is 3. Ito naman yung 4. Next, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1. Ito naman yung may sum na 5. Then lastly, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. Ito naman po yung mayroong sum na 6. Hanggang dito lang po tayo. Okay. Since yan lang po yung hinahanap natin. Now, ilan po silang lahat? We have 2, 5, 9, then 14, no? Meron tayong 14 sample points. Now, sa loob ng event natin, makikita natin, no? Itong color blue, ito yung may sum na 3. Color orange, sum na 4. Yung kulay ng magenta ay sum na 5. And yung color yellow-green is 6. Now, by theorem 1, we have 14 over 36 or 38.9%. Mag-throw ka ng die, pair die, ang probability na makakakuha ka na ang sum ay 3, 4, 5, and 6 ay 38.9%. Or, we can write this as P of X is greater than or equal to 3 but less than or equal to 6. Kung saan, ang value niya ay 14 over 36. Now, let us define probability mass function. The set of ordered pairs x, P of x, or x, P of x is small x, is a probability mass function, PMF, of the discrete random variable capital X for all possible values of small x. So, meron siyang tatlong characteristics or properties rather. Una doon ay P of capital X is small x is just the same to small p of x. Pangalawa, yung ating probabilities na inintroduce sa number 1 ay greater than or equal to 0. Sabihin wala po tayong negative probability. Okay? Then, number 3, summation ng bawat probabilities, or let's say, ang summation of P of X sub I, where I ranging from 1 to N, ay laging equal sa 1. Pag pinag-add mo lahat ng probabilities doon sa specific na experiment na ginagawa natin, ang sum palagi nila ay 1. Ngayon, nasabi natin yung x, P of x. Itong part na to. X, P of x. Para siyang ordered pair sa Cartesian plane. siyang ordered pair, na kung saan yung x, okay, yung parang abscissa, ang sumisimbolize yan sa mga possible values. Yung small p of x, ito naman yung probabilities. Okay, this is probability. Probability. Okay. Pwede rin yan isulat as small x, comma, p of capital X is small x. Pwede siyang isulat din ganyan. Bakit? Since sa number 1, ang capital P of capital X is small x is just the same to small p of x. And then we also have probability histogram. It shows the relative probabilities of the sample points in the form of a bar chart. Now, balikan natin yung ating first example kanina. Let's say sa bandang ito. Sabi natin sa PMF, meron tayong ordered pair, no? Kasi set of ordered pair po siya eh. So, parang ang dating niya, function siya. Function talaga siya. Kaya nga, probability mass function. Meron tayong ordered pair na x, p of x. Okay. Tandaan natin, ang sabi natin, yung x ay possible values, yung p of x ay probability. Halimbawa, puntahan natin tong part na to. Yan. Sa part na yan, ang probability ay 1/4, ang possible value ay 0. Kaya, pwede natin siyang isulat as 0, 1/4. 0, possible value, then 1/4 is the probability. Now, sa part naman ng ikalawa, ito, lagay na rin natin tong pangatlo. Sinasabi naman po dito ay yung ordered pair natin ay 1, 1/2. Okay. Then, ito naman ay 2, 1/4. Pag pinagsama-sama mo lahat ng yan, okay, magfo-form ka ng isang set. Okay, at yun yung probability mass function natin. Mga classmates, kung babalikan natin yung tatlong properties ng probability mass function, yung una ay capital P of capital X is small x is the same. No? It is the same to small p of x. Ano ba ang value ni P of capital X is small x? That is 1/4. Ano ba value ni small p of x? Or in particular, P of 0? 1/4. Ang value naman ni P of x is 1 is 1/2. P of 1 is 1/2. P of x is 2 is 1/4. Small p of 2 is also 1/4. So, dun gumagana yung property number 1. At the same time, sa number 2, dapat daw walang negative na probability. No? Walang negative na probability. Ito naman yung number 2 natin. Dapat wala tayong negative. 1/4, 1/2, and 1/4. Yan po yung mga probabilities natin sa bawat possible values. Obviously naman po, hindi po sila negative. So, nasa-satisfy po yung ating property number 2. And property number 3, sinasabi dito na dapat daw ang sum po ng bawat probabilities, or I mean, yung sum ng probabilities sa experiment na given ay dapat equal lagi sa 1. Kung i-check po natin, 1/4 plus 1/2 plus 1/4 is equal to 1. Lagi silang mag-equal sa 1. Or, kung naka-percent po tayo, ang total po niya ay 100%. Sa isa pang example natin about sa basketball games, small p of 3, and p of capital X is 3, ay may probability na 1/8. 1/8, 1/8. They are the same. 3/8, 3/8, they are the same. Kasi iisa lang naman eh. Alin man sa kanila ay pwedeng gamitin as annotation. 3/8, 3/8, 1/8, 1/8. Same po silang lahat and okay po tayo kay property number 1. Para kay property number 2, probabilities ay hindi dapat negative. 1/8 and 3/8 are not negative numbers. So, satisfied po si property number 2. And property number 3, dapat ang sum ng ating probabilities ay equal sa 1. O 1/8, halimbawa, meron tayong 1/8 plus another 1/8 plus another 1/8. 3/8. 3/8 again. Kung i-check mo, since parehas lang yung mga denominator natin, copy lang natin yun. Then, 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 8. And 8/8 is equal to 1. Therefore, satisfy pa rin po natin yung isang property. That's why, pwede na tayo makapag-construct ng probability mass function. No? Para sa example 1, ang probability mass function niya ay tawagin nating small p of x. So, if x is 0, ang probability niya ay 1/4. If x is 0, probability is 1/4. If the possible value is 1, its probability is 2/4 or 1/2. And if x is 2, or if the possible value is 2, then its probability is 1/4. Para siyang piecewise function, no? Ito na yung PMF natin. Probability histogram ay madali na lang kapag may PMF ka na. So, in x-axis, we have the possible values, and in y-axis, nandyan yung ating probabilities. So, 0, 1, and 2 as our possible values. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1. So, parang pinartition natin siya equally. If x is 0, we have 1/4. If x is 1, 1/2. If x is 2, 1/4. Then, wala na tayong iba pang possible value. Para sa example number 1. Now, construct the probability mass function naman para sa example number 2. Observe that the three properties of PMF are satisfied. Then, to construct our PMF, lagay lang natin tong brace na to. If x is 0, meron tayong 1/8. If x is 1, we have 3/8. If x is 2, we also have 3/8. And if x is 3, meron tayong another 1/8. Pwede rin naman, ang ating PMF ay sulat ng ganito. Since sa 1/8, meron tayong possible value na 0 and 3, pwede natin siyang ilagay na lang ng ganito eh. 0, 3. No? Kung yan ay 1/8 probability. No? Bago ganyan. Tapos, pwede rin namang 3/8 kung ang possible value mo ay 1 and 2. Wala namang kaso kung sa ganyang manner natin siya i-construct. Then, madali na lang yung probability histogram niya. In x-axis, meron tayong 0, 1, 2, and 3. And sa y-axis, probabilities. If x is 0, we have 1/8. If x is 3, we also have 1/8. 1 and 2 ay may probability na 3/8. So, ayan na po yung ating probability histogram. Siya nga pala, ginagamit ito para ma-visualize lang po ng isang tao or yung nagbabasa kung ano yung pagkaka-distribute or ano yung distribution ng probability sa bawat possible values. No? Para lang maiwasan yung confusion. As a summary, sa lahat ng sample space na ating na-encounter kanina, we have S sub 1, S sub 2, and S sub 3. All of them are countable and lahat po sila ay discrete. kapag ang sample space ng isang specific na experiment ay discrete, isa sa mga way ng pagkuha ng probability ay yung theorem 1 na kung saan sinasabi doon, we have small n over capital N. Okay? Small n indicates the number of objects inside the event, and capital N denotes the number of objects inside the sample space. And this is equal to the probability na kung saan ang notation ay pwede nating isulat as P of E kung gusto nating i-emphasize yung event na ginamit natin, or pwede natin siyang isulat either P of capital X is small x or small p of x kung gusto natin i-emphasize yung possible values or yung random variable na ginamit natin. And then once na may probability ka na, you can now construct your probability mass function. But take note na check muna natin kung masasatisfy ba yung tatlong properties. Number 1, capital P of capital X is small x is just the same to small p of x. For number 2, the probabilities are not negative. And for number 3, the sum of all the probabilities ay equal sa 1. Now, if you have PMF, pwede natin na makonstruct si probability histogram. Okay? So, that's all for today, mga classmates. I hope na may natutunan po kayo. Kung opo, makiki-like and makiki-subscribe na lang po ng ating channel. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig, and see you guys sa susunod nating video. Peace!